Hi, this is Noah from screenprintexchange.com. We are going to talk about today about an air compressor drain valve, which is I hardly see them on many machines, and if I do see them, sometimes or most of the time they are clogged or not working. But this is a great thing to have, and it needs to be maintained. They're not that expensive. Some of these you can get for like $40 to $80, and there's more expensive ones. So basically, this fits on the bottom of a tank where you let if hopefully you are draining your tanks for water, because water collects because you are compressing air, and air has water in it. So when you compress it, it gets hot and water forms in the tank. So, and more often than not, there's more water inside of a piston style compressor compared to a rotary screw, because the air does not get as hot because there's less friction and through that pump. So you screw this into the hose fitting at the bottom of the press where you release it, or maybe you have it already and it's not working. So this screws into here. You could take this apart. I'll show you later in the video. And you hook I believe this is like a 3/8 inch hose or 1/4 inch. No, it's not quarter. It's probably 3/8. You connect this and secure a hose to this, band it down and put this in a bucket, put the hose in the bucket, and make sure that hose doesn't fly everywhere. So this will periodically turn on for depending on how you set it, and you could have it set for every 5 minutes. For 4 seconds it'll turn on, and it will discharge air and water. Some people refer to these as spitters. So that way you don't have to drain the tank all the time. So this is very important. And but they do get gummed up, because when you have water in your tanks, it often corrodes the inside of this valve in here, and gums it up, and it doesn't work. So you really don't want to have water in your tank, and having water in your tank also creates rust, and you don't want rust going into your machine. So this will eliminate some of it, but so this is a solenoid valve right here, and inside here this opens and closes it. So if we press the test, it's on. If I wanted to, I could blow through this end and it will come out. The air will come out this way. But if it's clogged, it won't. I did test this one. I blew from this end to that end, which is the opposite you're supposed to do, and it works. So yeah, let's see if we can turn it on for a longer time. This says 15 seconds, and this should turn on every 2 minutes. I don't know if you want to do it for that long. So I'm doing a test. But I don't have air compressor, and it makes a funny, you'll hear it turn on and off all the time. And maybe every 4 minutes you want this to go on when the air compressor is running. So anyhow, so we'll test. That was for 15 seconds. Maybe have it turned on for 5 seconds. Depends on how much water you have on it. Did you hear the click? That's a solenoid. It's a coil, and that opens up some kind of valve in here. I did clean this out because this wasn't working before, so now it turned off. So I'm going to disconnect this. I need to pull the hose out. The wire out first, because I don't want to get electrocuted. So here we go. This is where the coil is, or that gets electrified and opens the valve. But the circuit board in here, you program. It's not that tough to do. It's a little counterintuitive, which is one of my favorite words. So you can place, see this screw goes all the way through here. Maybe, no, this is not the solenoid. The solenoid is right here. This is just the wiring connector part. Sorry about that. So you might have to replace this, but at $40 to $80, you just replace the whole unit. You could place it like this, or you can place it like this. I prefer this, but it depends on how you screw this part in, okay? So if you can see better, here is the duration, meaning how long it will spit out water or air. Hopefully it's just spitting out air. And this is for how right now I have it set for like 4 minutes. Every 4 minutes this solenoid will kick on. So then you can take this off, and you could also place it like this. Okay, so here's your solenoid. If this is getting hot and there's no air going through it, and it's not clicking, you heard that click, right? That means this is probably broken, or you fried the control panel in here, or the circuit board. So here you go. You have your O-ring. Here's the post that gets that makes the valve change in there. Okay, there's another O-ring in there. So I don't know if you can see inside here. Nope, I can barely see inside there. Okay, let's see. Anyhow, inside here there's some holes in here, and it gets packed with gunk. So you could clean that out somehow if you could figure it out, and probably take this part out and clean that out as well. And maybe you can free it up and make it work, because when this valve gets full of gunk, this thing does not work anymore. Okay, and it will. You could see there's like a little bit of rust and water in there and oil. A lot of rotary screws do put oil into the air, the compressed air as well, and that can gum up things. So yeah, see, kind of gross. Anyhow, yeah, there's little medical particles, and that's not from the compressor. That's from, well, it's not from the pump, it's from the air tank. Okay, and if it's from the pump, that means you're in trouble. Can't put it on this way, see? So the idiot proof it. Okay, so, and then we put the top back on, and you want to snug it, but you do not want, you can rotate the position you want once you put it on. You can go in any direction you want, and then you screw it in so that it does not move. But do not go too tight and split this seal. And then you could simply put this on. I dropped the connector. There you go. And attach this, and hopefully it works. And you can tell, even not connected, if it works. If you do the test, you'll hear the clunk, and you screw it in. Okay, so buy one of these. You can buy them at McMaster. I'll put the model number if I can read it in there. This came off a 7.5 horsepower rotary screw. It was no longer working. They even have the branded versions on Amazon, but it is what it is. So yeah, keep your press clean, because you know, the valves and air cylinders and everything are very costly to replace, and when you're down, you're not printing. And the air compressor is one of the most important parts of the press. So that's the video. Like, join, and subscribe. Go to my site, Screen Print Exchange. You register so you can post and contact other printers. I do have manuals on there and how-to stuff. It's a great source. Thank you. Bye.